when you're shifting realities, what do you do about the people in your life who are not living in alignment to how you would like to experience life? I recently got a question from someone who is getting back with her boyfriend, but the mother of the boyfriend does not want them together. I also got a question from someone who's raising her vibration and shifting realities, but she's got someone close to her who is constantly struggling with their human experience. Or maybe you're living in the same household with someone, but this person seems to hold you back or feels like they're holding you back because they're so negative, or they just simply don't align with the way that you want to live your life. How do you shift realities while also shifting others? This also will clarify some of the confusion around free will. So to explain this, I'm going to use an analogy. Let's say that you are dictating a story. So you are the narrator of this story. As the narrator of that story, you get to pivot the story to one where that person that is close to you experiences the reality in the way that you see them experiencing the reality. And now you enter a different storyline. The way the reality works is that all of these storylines are actually taking place at the same time. At any given point, you can choose which storyline you want to experience. You will now become the observer of it. You do that first through your thoughts when you attach a feeling to it that you consistently focus on. That activates the law of attraction. At that moment, it's like you got a peek into a storyline that you can jump into. Now, it goes beyond the law of attraction, because then what comes into play is things like the law of action, the law of assumption, the law of relativity, and the law of vibration. These universal laws start to shift your self-concept, your self-identity, to become one of the observer of that reality. So within, you start to do actions and have thoughts and create feelings that begin to align with the energy, the frequency of that desire, of that storyline that you would like to observe in your life. In other words, that you would like to quantum leap into. And it becomes your reality when you are fully the observer of that reality. You have merged in it fully. Now it fully blooms and you are living that reality. Because we are all interconnected, we are all part of the greater consciousness. We are spirit having a human experience, but we are all interconnected. You influence the others around you through your self-concept, through your vibration, through your energy, through the actions that you take. And it's almost like with your influence, you bring everyone else into alignment, because we are interconnected, but you are the observer experiencing this particular reality, and you have an influence over it. So now, how do you apply that practically to bring someone like the mom of that boyfriend who does not want them together, or the other person who's got someone really close to her that she would like to see living a better human experience? Those around you are also spirits having a human experience, and we are all interconnected, but you are the observer of that reality. It's almost as if it activates, it comes alive when you shift into that reality and become the observer of it. So to transition over to a reality where those around you are experiencing that reality and the way that you see them, you do it in the same way that you create your own realities. You start to see them in the way that you would like to experience them. So for example, for the person who's with her boyfriend, but the mom does not want them together, you begin to see her as that amazing mother who desires the best for her son to be loved, for her son to experience love in a mutually beneficial way, in her best self, in alignment with the beautiful reality that you would like to step into. You see her with love, with kindness. You see her as the amazing mother that she is. You begin to see her having conversations with you, the both of you being interested in each other, each wanting the best for your mutual love, which to you is your boyfriend, to her is her son. And through that, you begin and activate the law of attraction. And then you raise your vibration by the way that you interact with her, because you are interacting with her through that version that you see her as. You sustain that belief that it is so through the law of assumption. You continue to raise your vibration through your actions, through how you're living your life, becoming that self-concept of the version that experiences that reality where you're all in harmony. And you continue that because there is always a transition when you are shifting realities, and you don't know how long that transition is going to be. So you sustain that. No matter what, you sustain that. And as you transition over, you might experience that the mom starts asking you questions about yourself and showing a little bit of interest around you. And then you raise your vibration even more by seeing her in that way, in a really beautiful way, and engaging with her even so. And through that transition, you will shift over to that reality where you're all in alignment and in harmony with each other. Essentially, you quantum leap it by becoming the observer and doing those actions, having those thoughts, sustaining that belief, no matter what. Because where you focus, you go. So you don't focus so much on what's not working. You focus on where you want to go. That's how you raise your vibration. That's how you start to match the frequency of that reality. Same thing for the person who's got someone so close to her that just doesn't seem to be experiencing a human experience that's good. Things just don't go well. She doesn't get the job she wants. She's always out of money and whatever else might be happening. But that is not the desired reality that she wants. She wants to experience a better reality, but things just don't work for her. As the observer, you begin to see her as the version of her spirit essence who's having a human experience where things do work out for her, where she does get that job. She is successful at it. She is making the money that she needs. She's becoming happier. And because we're all interconnected, you start to influence her human experience as she rises to her higher self and comes back into the remembrance of who she is. Again, you are the narrator. You are the observer. As that observer of that reality, you are influencing that reality and it comes alive. You sustain that through the law of assumption. You keep raising your vibration to match that reality, to be in the frequency and that energy of that reality. And you might find she tells you, I got an interview. I'm really hopeful about it. You see her getting that job. You see her being successful at it. You continue that, truly sustaining that belief. Your actions, your thoughts, your feelings, raising your vibration. And you influence your reality and those around you in that way. You are the narrator. You are the creator. You are the observer. And because we are all part of the greater consciousness, you influence the realities in which you shift and jump into. And you pivot along the way. Those pivots are quantum leaping. So in many ways, free will is an illusion because of our interconnectedness and our influence as the observers of our realities. So you always have to ask yourself, what kind of reality do I want to live? How do I want to experience those around me? How do I want to see them? How do I want to be seen by them? And then you do the processes to shift into that reality, and it will be so.